Hello you beautiful dreamers, welcome back to Let's Play Yume 2kki, episode 168, and I'm gonna pause the music here because I want to talk, we're gonna talk for just a second here. This is gonna be a long video, right? There's no getting around that. Today we're gonna go really some serious distance in terms of urotsuki mileage, and I would strongly advise that if you don't have some kind of drink in front of you, go away, do that now, get yourself ready, get yourself comfortable. Get your cup of tea, your coffee, hot chocolate, bovril, whatever your tipple is, get it in front of you because we have a long old way to go today, and hopefully with the effort involved in putting this together, certainly I've had to make sure that I know what the hell I'm doing on a pretty repetitive level. So if you haven't taken the time to like or subscribe my efforts, I hope you will seriously either do it now or consider doing it after the adventure that we're going to go on today. So, right, good. With that out of the way, we're not going to do too much preamble because Lord knows this video will be long enough anyway. Right, okay. Am I setting a tone of bleakness? I hope I'm not, because we've got some really cool stuff to see. The challenge is we've got a lot of it to get through in one sitting. And I think it makes sense to do it in one sitting because it's kind of linear. Did I say 69? Nice. It's kind of linear, but it's also kind of multifaceted. So we're going to go to an area that we visited many moons ago. We've done parts of this journey before, and in all honesty, my memory's a bit sketchy about where exactly we got up to, but I know we got so far and then essentially we ran out of content because it wasn't implemented at the time. Things have changed in 2021, dreamers. There's now things to see, things to do. Crucially, there's a distance to travel. That's the important thing. It's a funny old one, right? Because I think my perspective on a lot of this is distorted. You know, veering more onto like journalist content creator than it is into the mindset of a player. So I would say to anyone who was involved in the productions of this, I think I know who, but I also know better than to try and say certain things because Lord knows I'll get my fucking balls kicked again. It's a long adventure, but you know I hope that I'm going to maintain positivity throughout it. There's quite a few opportunities to get lost, so we do need to try our best here to not let that happen. If it does, and I do start getting a bit, well, I'm unlikely to get shouty, dreamers. I'm always known for my level mood, aren't I? Level mood. Yeah, level 1 mood. Remember this world? We haven't been here in donkeys, have we? It's good fun in here. But we're not going to spend too long in here. I like the music. I forgot about that. Or maybe the music's different. I don't know. It's genuinely has been so long since we've been here. There are little things that I know, I'm pretty sure have changed since we were in this neck of the woods before. But that's okay. I'm going to cover all of these with attention to detail, and yeah, look at that. That was changed in patch 0.14 F. No, you don't even think about it, dreamers. I'm not. I could barely even remember yesterday. Never mind trying to think back to exactly all the little things that we have and haven't seen, but we're gonna make a good stab at it. Right. Nothing too onerous so far. This is all fairly nice. Ladders that you can actually go up and down. Do you like boats? I hope you like boats. I hope you like Sailor Urotsuki, because she's gonna get some sea miles on her today. That's for sure. So yes, as I was saying, I hopefully will not be aiming to offend anybody. I don't think that's likely because I've, as I hinted at the start, I have gone through the trouble of making sure I know roughly what I'm doing with this adventure, and that hopefully means that the opportunities for me to get wound up by getting lost or getting stuck in some kind of loop are relatively limited, and also mercifully some of the design of these areas is, I would say, very thoughtful. Some of it is perhaps not so thoughtful in terms of the things that I know I whinge about a lot when it comes to 2kki and Yume 2kki fan games in general. the tropes, if you will. Can we call them tropes? I think we can call them tropes. So I've got a cup of tea, which is going to be my sustenance. I intended to make a coffee, and then I didn't. I didn't make a coffee. But that's fine, dreamers. You shouldn't have too much caffeine. Cup of tea's plenty. It should be enough to keep us powering through on this long old journey. Hang on a minute. Interesting. So, even in trying to time this, it didn't accommodate any time I may want to spend dicking around with whatever silly nonsense that we might come across. You know, exhaustively trying every single effect on something that will ultimately do nothing. You got that and more to look forward to, dreamers. I'm joking. I mean, I know where the cool things are here, so I know it can become a little bit wearing when we're going through some of these areas, especially this bit. We have done this. We have been here before. As nice as it is, it has that overhanging tree gimmick that we have to contend with, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of no overhanging trees. There might be spiders in them, but that's fine. I haven't eaten today. Good. So this area doesn't seem to have changed much. Although one thing that, and someone with better memory or knowledge of these things can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but when we came here before, remember this thing, right? I swear when you spoke to it, like a key would appear, which would make sense given what actually happens here. 1 second. I seem to be making a real point of dicking around with my microphone these days, trying to get the positioning right, and the upshot of that is sometimes it doesn't last forever. Just like life. That's my words of wisdom for today. But yeah, I'm sure that thing had like a key come up, which makes sense because when you speak to all of the key doors, the locked doors become unlocked. Oh, I'm being a bit of a muppet here, aren't I? Yeah, oh god, this is what I was afraid of. This is absolutely what I was afraid of. Distracting myself with myself, and then going off course ever so slightly to the point where I am completely confused. Not a difficult thing to do. Hey, it's not like I've done this like 4 times now. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration. Well, no, it isn't actually. Oh god. Oh god, and we don't need to do that either. Come on, Uro. Why can't you just fucking enter the screen the same way you left it? And sake. Invert the controls. Just invert the controls, just for like 30 seconds. Right. Boats are easy though. Nothing stressful about being on a boat, right? Nothing bad ever happens on a boat. Although, do you notice how submerged Urotsuki is? I might have mentioned that before. I mean, look how deep she is. It's like the only part of her body that isn't under the water is her head. What kind of boat is this? A boatload of laughs, dreamers, that's what it is. A boat load of laughs. Good. Right, okay, up we go, slaloming through the dream hurdles. And we're here. Some of you may have some vague memories of all of this. Be interested to know if you are thinking about these areas. Maybe you visited them in the meantime while I was off doing other things. Not dreaming. Is this right? I think this is right. The answer to that question was no, it was not right. Well done, us. Okay. I had a plan for this. Dreamers, I had a plan. I did have a plan once upon a time. Yes, right, okay. It's this door? No, it's the middle door. Go on, Bennett. Come on, Uro. Get it together. This door. Excellent. Right. Okay. Good. There's little cues that at least allow me to have some sense of being on the right track. It may well be that there's going to be some things that, like some interesting things that have been added, or perhaps were even there before in the previous playthrough, that I will perhaps not spot traveling through here. But you know, we're on a mission. We have a very specific objective to get through in our journey today, so that is an acceptable consequence, I believe, dreamers, and hopefully you believe that too. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Full points, Uro. Class A result. Good. So we have seen most, if not all, of this so far. But you know, it's good to document exactly how you would get to where we're going. If I just jump there, dreamers. Seem to be harping on about that a lot these days, but I think that's because a lot of the adventures that we seem to go on with Uro, they tend to involve a fair bit of well, not backtracking, but well, traveling. The travel time is something to consider, and we do have to make our way through stuff that we will undoubtedly at least be aware of. You know, we're getting to the point where we've got quite a good coverage of the old 2kki. There's still plenty of things we haven't seen, but the challenge often these days is trying to figure out how to cover it in an effective manner. You know, there's little things which have been updated or changed, but on their own, they're not the most exciting things. So unless maybe I could do some kind of supercut of little bits deep in the dream world and just be like, check this out. Check this out, Uro breakdancing. That's not a thing. I don't think it's a thing anyway. Yep, I'm gonna go up here. You knew that though, dreamers, didn't you? You knew that. So if we go up here, the door, excellent. It's all very nice. I'm not commenting much on the aesthetical touches of these areas because, as I said, we've been around here before. But see this here though. See, if I wasn't paying attention, I would miss something like this. But there's a door there, dreamers. That's a door. Believe that? Can you believe that? We're gonna get a lot of doors. Doors in all shapes and sizes. Into bed with you, Uro. You're overexcited. You need to calm you down a bit. Good night's sleep will sort you out. Of course, we need to do it a couple of times because undoubtedly RNG is not going to be on my side tonight. What time is it where you are, Fudge? Well, it's not nighttime, but I mean, Uro's in bed, so that means it's nighttime, right? There we go. Good. Good. Uro, wake up. There she is. Good. So I think this is effectively the start of the stuff that we haven't seen. So, welcome, dreamers. Welcome to this funky. I don't know really what the aesthetic of this is. It's a bit like it's like a sci-fi spaceshipy sort of area. You got these boots. It's nice. Putting my foot down. Uro, putting my foot down. I've had enough of your silly nonsense. You got these cool doors that go. I do like it when the doors go. It's like that laboratory area. You know, with the doors. Yeah, that's the most important thing about it. It's got doors. The door curator. See, these feet try and trip you up. It's very nice of them. in here. Go. What a... I like the wigglies as well, these wigglies here. I like a good wiggler. Wigglers and doors. I rate this map 7 out of 10 wigglers and 9 out of 10 doors. The only thing with the doors is it doesn't involve you to then go through it. You can't just open the door and then not go through it. There's this ear though. Yeah. And there's spinny items underneath the floor. That's good. Good spinny item. I do like this ear though. Ura's not so keen on it, so we're going to leave before she gets upset and starts trying to give it a wet willy. That takes us into this area. We can look out into deep space. This is very nice colour palette. It's nice, peaceful. Of course, we should be readying the torpedo launcher to shoot down the Romulans, but you know, Uro is not trained to use such equipment. Probably would end in absolute disaster, so perhaps we should just move on, or Uro blows up the entire universe. How much money have we got? Yeah, we'll drink. Yeah, I could use a wee break. Yeah, we'll both drink, Uro. Drink. Okay, you can have that then. Fine. When I said I was going to the kitchen to get a drink, Uro, I meant a drink, not a triple popper, a triple whopper. I think Uro would be the kind of dreamer that would like the dream protagonist, I should even say. Got to distinguish between the dreamer and the dream protagonist. You at home, you're the dreamer. Uro is the dream protagonist, which is distinct from the dreamer. Uro isn't real, but Uro probably loves a triple whopper. Or maybe they did like a, what was it, a Big Mac. I'm talking about McDonald's now, not the other one. You go up here. I like going up ladders that have no end. Yeah, McDonald's had like an XL Big Mac, a bigger Mac. Think of that, dreamers. Can you even imagine such an incredible thing? I'm saying this, I haven't eaten like fast food burgers in about 1 million years, it seems like. I did have a burger that was referred to as a Big Mac, but it wasn't a Big Mac. It had it wasn't like a McDonald's Big Mac. It had macaroni cheese in it, hence the Big Mac name. But I don't think that's accurate. Now this is good fun here. So and this is one of the areas that I would be concerned about getting lost. We've actually managed to do all right so far. We've got lost in areas I didn't expect to get too lost in. Well, I say lost. We've been okay. If you go up there, it'll loop back around. So we're not going to do that. For the benefit of you and for me, we're going to press on. To complement the ear, we also have this, which looks a little bit like a hand, maybe? It's Glover from the hit game Glover. But there's an ear. There's another vending machine, but Uro, you've just had vending machine. You don't need vending machine again. Lord knows, if we keep eating at this rate, I'll be bloody bankrupt by the time we get through this. And that isn't a joke. Look at that thing. It's a fish gear. Perhaps. It's nice. It's weird how the camera sort of transitions there. It's not something I recall seeing all that much in 2kki. Sort of centers on this bit. It's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All the body parts you could ever ask for in Yume 2kki. Fantastic. Right, and out with you. So it's interesting because if you partake to the, when you know another boat, More boats. If you partake in the Yume 2kki the Yume 2kki wiki, or the wiki as it's called by somebody who can speak properly, there's some parts of the dream world. Of course, I don't have anything to do with that wiki, of course, dreamers, of course. But there's some worlds that people refer to as like, this is like the deepest point in the dream world. The deepest point in the dream world. I think that's typically measured in terms of like the number of worlds that you have to travel through. I would contend though that this route that we're going on today, even at the point we've reached already, is definitely a contender for one of the deeper points of the dream world, if not the deepest, in terms of like Euro miles traveled, in terms of actual steps taken. I think this has got to be up there. And again, I say all of this, and it's not like it's unpleasant, right? Look at this. No foxes. Leave your foxes at the door. Your boxes are fine, but your foxes have to wait. You know what foxes are like. They'll rip everything up. They'll make horrible sounds and they'll shit on the floor. Offending all the foxes out there. That's fine. I don't mind. Nice. Let's have a wee look in here first. Oh, wouldn't you know, another vending machine. Everything's looking for an opportunity to rinse Uro today. Need to take out a blooming mortgage to afford all these snacks, luxuries. It's fine. We'll resist for a little while anyway. For a little while. Might need to refresh ourselves. This is nice, isn't it? What's going on here? Well, I didn't quite clock this, figuring this out, but you'll notice there's some things here blocking the way. So maybe thinking, well, alright then. Well, see, these are chairs, you see, dreamers. So maybe we should have a sit down. What do you think, Uro? Should have went to that vending machine, really. We could have had a... Imagine eating that in the middle of a show, though. Beautiful. 'Tis beautiful. We can move Uro's head around. She can show her pleasure or displeasure. No, no, no. Yes, 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 yes. It's nice though, isn't it? It's nice. I like little set sequences like this. I just enjoy it. Can you fucking keep it down? Right, okay, so that's enough. That's enough, dreamers. Uro being ushered out by the attendants, being a delinquent as usual. Good. And that has removed the offending items, but we cannot return to where we came from. It's the way in life though, isn't it, dreamers? It's a one-way road. Or so we believe. Perhaps not. There's a lot of transitions. Probably also what compounds a lot of this in terms of capturing it is just how much... it's not loading screens, but you know what I'm saying, dreamers. Look at this thing. Let's play with it. 29, good number. Good, well, that was nice. We got a 29. I think that is a non-effect collectible item of some kind. So that's good. Maybe one day we will somehow get to the end of 2kki, which it's probably well beyond my technical ability, but you know, in terms of effort applied, I mean, this journey is quite long. It must be about the same amount of effort as completing the game entirely, right? Surely. We might get a bit lost here. Well, I say that. I know where to go. But there's a amusing side adventure that we should go on. Come with me, dreamers, won't you? Come with me. Look at these things. Dog collar, face mask, angel wings. Halloween costume idea? Yeah, possibly. We don't want to go that way. This is a mistake I've made quite a few times now, I think. We want to go over here. Good, okay. Right, nice. Now, let's see how good my navigation skills are. This fucking microphone, 1 second. Oh, didn't even mute it. Oh, good. Well, you get to listen to that then. That'll be some fucking post-processing to sort that out. Great. Thanks, microphone. Thanks a bunch. I'm gonna go over here. And there's a wee house. Nestled in the bosom of the forest. Let's go in. Oh, I just need to knock. Break in, entering. Into this spooky little cottage. It's got a love heart though. On the bed. That's nice. Very spooky music. To the best of my knowledge, nothing's happening in here. It's just spooky. A little halfway house. We can rest our weary head. We can't actually, we can't sleep in the bed. Does look like it could be a bit musty though. I'll take the opportunity to have a drink of my tea. That sounds like a good idea. There's a little thing on the cabinet there. A toy. Not for Uro though. Not for you. Only good dreamers get to play with the blue stuffed anteater. Good. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? So now, dreamers, are you ready? Back onto the main line, as it were. If we can figure out how to get there. There is some other stuff that I found nestled around here, but in the effort of, with the ambition of trying to keep this somewhat succinct, we will not get too distracted. We're just going to climb down these ladders. Now, I like this little piece here because it's quite unusual in the way that it's set out. So you kind of loop around and then you go up and then you loop back around again and then you loop up. You see, it's nice, isn't it? I thought so. Of course, that there, without having ran into it, you probably wouldn't have suspected there was even anything up there, but that's fine. What about this spooky floating door? Or is it a spooky floating bar of chocolate? Either way, I'm gonna eat it. If I get splinters in my mouth, a scalp, I get a scalp in my mouth. Tough. That takes us to this world, which is very interesting. It's got like a metally sound. So the aesthetic of this world seems to be based around like fractal minerals. Now this actually, I have I might try and see if I can somehow share an image of it with you guys, but I actually have a lump of bismuth, which came all the way from the United America of States. This is a number 8. That's good. I like the number 8. Yes, and that's what this world seems to be themed around, which is nice because it is a very pretty thing in that it occurs naturally. I think we're going the wrong way. That's that number 8 again. Yeah, oh god. I wasn't expecting to get too confused by this area, because it's not. The good thing about this area, right, certainly for small brains like me, is that it's essentially, the objective is clear. You just have to go down, or south, depending on how you want to imagine this area is laid out. Just continue going south, and eventually everything will work out for the best. And that's the kind of objective that I can get behind, because I mean, I can go down, and at least if the objective is to go down, I know to go down, and I know when I'm making an arse of it. Look, we've replaced urotsuki with a giant lump of bismuth. Well done. Too good for Uro, I would say. Too good. Look at all these windows. Spooky. Very spooky. Reminds me a little bit of that that bit in Gnome Drone with all the eyes. Very quiet, very ominous music in here. Looks like we're about to crash into some sort of monochrome-y world, right? Like lo-fi, monochrome, desert-y style area. Mercifully not. We're coming here. This area, it has the potential to be a bit of a maze, but I haven't managed to mess this up so far. I'm pretty sure I know where I'm going here. In a similar sort of fashion to the previous world, the objective is relatively clear. We just need to head up. There's a vending machine. That's fine. We've had enough vending machines so far on our journey. We don't need to make another pit stop, Uro. If you keep eating and drinking everything in sight, you will undoubtedly need to stop for the bathroom. And there are no bathrooms on this journey. If you're hoping to see that today, dreamers, Uro, head to the bathroom. I'm afraid that's not allowed. Do you want? No, we're not gonna. That's the door there, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. That's the door. Ah, good, good, good. What is that down there? Is that? It's nothing, is what that is. This almost looks like the kind of area where you would have like poorly drawn nonsense being flung at you from tiny windows, but no, actually, it's another boat. More boats. Good thing we paid all that money to put Uro through sailing school. Is that where you learn to sail? The marina. That might be where you learn, but what is the academic facility that you would learn to sailing college? The cool school? The swimming school? Nah, that's for swimming, isn't it? Don't know. I'm not sure anybody knows really. The Admiralty. That sounds pretty good. There's a door there. That one's more obvious. Looks like a door. And some cones. Lord, I mean, God help us if this area is going to get expanded on and all these cones are going to get removed. It's already confusing enough. I mean, I wouldn't like to think if there's multiple branching paths. I mean, one of the saving graces of this area in particular is that while it is ginormous, it's also fairly linear. It's quite difficult to go too far off track. I have intentionally gone off track here just because I want to have a look about. There's a bench. Give you guys a bit of the flavour, you know. It's not all just about run to the end, is it? Sometimes you can stop and smell the roses. There's a little picture of a bottle in the bottom of that pillar. And that one too. Okay. You don't want me to go that way? Fine by me, game. Fine by me. We can backtrack a little bit. And we can take this door. It's a curious sculpture, that. Not one for those of you who suffer with trypophobia? Trypophobia? No, trypophobia, that's the fear of tripe, isn't it? That is a justified fear to have. Tripe. What a load of tripe. Push this button. And we go up the lift. Very good. Probably the kind of background design that I would, without having dicked around with it, I would have mistaken for just decorative, but it's not. It's a door, Dreamers. Many doors solve problems. Gets very clattery when you reach this part of the landscape. There's some clocks. They don't have the time on it though. Somebody got to get up there and fit the hands. Good. Okay, let's go up here. See, there are different paths that you can go in some of these areas, but thankfully they don't take you on like some huge, horrendous detour just so you can get a door that teleports you back to the start of the area. There's a little clock face hiding there. Hiding a sneaky clock face in there. Or like, you know, because some areas are like that, right? You know, it'll really mess you about. There's a door there, Dreamers. You see it? There's a door there. These are get me thinking. Yeah, we can see that. Fudge. There's a door. Yeah. Probably enough to get to the end of the road and there is a door. Who would have thought? It's nice, isn't it? Gonna get a tattoo of that. Probably something that should be commended. It's good. Oh, whoops. Oh God. I'm making a mess of this, aren't I? It's something that should be commended, right? Because it's good attention to like game design. I always harp on about this when we're playing fan games on the old fan game bingo, but you know, trying to pace your Yume 2kki fan game and make it not frustrating to play is really important. And I think this stretch of areas it gets it mostly right. It gets it mostly right. I mean, there's plenty to look at. I mean, it's a nice area, this. There sure aren't short clocks around here. If only one of them worked, then I wouldn't be late to get to the office. There's a character who's wandering about here. You might not be able to see that knowing what YouTube's like. Sometimes this character will block you. You have to kill him. I think we might try and kill him anyway, just because it's something to do. Well, that's what we did. That's definitely what we did. This is Belle. A gigantic clapper. Uro hanging out with a gigantic clapper. Or is it Uro's gigantic clapper? I'm not going to finish that. I'm not going to finish that line of thought. This is what happens when we get to the 38-minute mark, Dreamers. It starts to get a bit, things start to get a bit abstract. It's probably the biggest challenge of all this is my ability to fill air for a full, well, 38 minutes so far, and making a bit of an arse of it. But you know, worst things happen on a boat, as Uro would say. Good, right, if we just navigate our way around these boxes and cones and all sorts, and there's a door with a moon on it. You can only imagine what treasures lie behind this door. Spooky corridors with spooky music. Music's very quiet, actually. I'm gonna... Sounds like the kind of music you get in like a PlayStation game or something. It's nice. I like it. But it was over briefly. Another vending machine. Now, should we? Okay, Uro, fine. What a Kit Kat. Delicious. Or was it a Kit Kat? Who knows? It could have been a knockoff Kit Kat. A takeaway. A take a break. That's what they're called. It's like one of the supermarket own brand ones in the UK. I'm sure it's called a take a break or something like that. You could probably come up with some other kind of animal. I know it's cat with a K, not cat with a C. But perhaps you could come up with some ideas for your own Kit Kat derivative. You can share them in the comments, streamers. And then I can copyright or trademark each one of them. And then eat them all. I haven't had a Kit Kat in quite some time. That's a nice chime, wasn't it? So having about all the doors, dreamers. We're opening doors tonight. This takes us this funky little room. What are you doing there? For some reason that very quiet sound takes a while to come out of the character. I want you to undo that, Uro. Uro, enough with that. Yeah. Maybe we should try some effects. Oh Jesus. Yep. Maybe this one. Cool. But which one is the true form? You may be wondering. Yeah, that's my reaction as well. Nice, spooky ghost. Interesting. Spooky. You got anything else for us? I don't think so. Believing that an NPC will react to some of those, you know, the new skill effects. Indeed. Indeed. Could have put it better myself. And this takes us to this very snowy plain. This is another area. It's quite difficult to get lost here, but I got a life hack for you though, dreamers. If you're here yourself and you're trying to figure out how to get around, there's a clue to if you're on the right track or not. If there's a ladder, that usually means you're kind of on the right track. Usually. Not like me, of course, who's not on the right track even remotely. But we knew that, didn't we, dreamers? We knew that. We did indeed know that. Where are we going? Yes, ladder. What was I saying about ladders? Yeah, ladders are on the right track, yeah. Not that first ladder. That first ladder's just, you know, we'll ignore that, right? We don't need to worry about that first ladder. The first ladder was just designed to throw us off. There's these little pins in the floor. Is that hikers? What are those hikers doing? It's a bit like what this journey's been like. It's like a hike. So it's fitting that we have reached the snowy part of the mountain. Fitting with the analogy of a excursion, if you will. There's these little sort of fissures and things, but it's kind of hard to make out. I imagine on YouTube it will be almost completely impossible to make out exactly what some of these little things are, but certainly I'm looking at it now and I can barely make it out. Oh, there's no kind of pulses. I thought it was connected to me pushing that little thing there, but it's not. It is not. And you can also see there's lots of these little caves that have barriers on them. Is that just a decorative piece, or perhaps are we going to see these areas fleshed out? Don't mind asking me, dreamers. I don't know why you're asking me. I don't know. But maybe we'll find out. Who knows? Maybe the lovely author or contributors to these areas will stop by and say hi. I want to go up here. Just because I can. Well, we did it. We did it, Dreamers. One of the recurring themes of the last few episodes is listening to Uro repeatedly come on and off our bike, isn't it? There's a snowy sculpture there. I'm not going to play with that. I'm going to play with the fans. That's right, Dreamers. You, the fans. You're up, Dreamers. It's your time to shine. Many fans. But only fans. Grab some more tea. Good. Good. Literally descending into the depths now. Deep underwater. Well, not that deep. We only just broke the surface. So this area that we're about to enter is, yeah, it's interesting. It's got, kind of again fitting in with the theme of some of the recent episodes, it's got an overlay on it. I must stress that these areas that we're visiting, I don't think are actually that new. I think they've been in the game for a little while, so. What this area does have is it's got ambience. It's got fish. It does look a little bit familiar in some ways. I wonder if this is perhaps something that was connected to something else at some point and has since been relocated. I don't know that for sure. But it is nice, isn't it? It is a maze. But again, like some of the other stuff, it is at least a maze that I can comprehend somewhat. I say that having reached a dead end. Don't get mad, Dreamers. Don't get mad, Dreamers. I never said I was some kind of paragon of Yume 2kki, did I? Fuck, maybe I did say that once, but it was in jest, Dreamers. It was in jest. It was a joke, Dreamers. It's just a joke. But the idea here is relatively similar to the previous area. I think we're completely off track though. Gosh, we've got all this way, and I somehow managed to maintain some illusion of knowing where I was going. And I seem to have completely got lost here, but that's okay. We've got this nice atmosphere to carry us through. I think this might be promising. No, that's the start, isn't it? Okay. Come on, Uro. You can do it. I know you can do it. It's easy. It's easy, Uro. You just gotta not make a dog's dinner of it. That's what they say. Dog's day dinner of it. Right. Okay. This is the same dead end path we went to before, wasn't it? Yes, it is. Right. But that's what I wanted to check. So I think what we want to do is we want to go right here and then down. Maybe. Just keep going down, Uro. Just down. Just follow your heart down. Not that far down. That's the wrong kind of down. No, that's not right. See, the thing is, if it wasn't for the fact that I kind of know where I'm going, then we would just normally take this sort of stuff on the chin, wouldn't we? Be like part of the adventure. I mean, look at this. We would just enjoy it. And then after a few hours of being here, we would get annoyed. Having some sense of actually knowing where to go almost detracts a little bit from the experience because I'm... And this is kind of what was hinted at the start, you know. The contention between trying to find interesting things and trying to have fun playing the game and just enjoying the thrill of exploration. I can sit down for a moment, enjoy the sea butterflies. Indeed, Uro, indeed. Down we go. Good. Kind of harkens back to the other deep oceanic areas of the game that we've seen. They're all bubbling, sort of destroying the atmosphere a little bit, but that's fine. They don't give her a chainsaw for no reason, you know. It's part of our MO. Modus operandi. Destroy atmosphere. There's a love heart. It's nice, isn't it? I'm gonna just because I quite enjoyed doing that earlier on, actually. We often don't let the music of 2kki shine through that much. Volume control's a big problem in 2kki, what with all the unusual volume levels. So sometimes it's nice to just hear it, right? Good. And then we talk to this little wiggly thing here. Okay, I'm increasing my rating of this adventure. We're up to 8 out of 10 wiggles. Squiggles. Was it squiggles or wiggles? I don't know. It was about 1,000,000 years ago, wasn't it? Well, about 50 minutes or something. A little, is that a lantern? Can we do anything with that? No. Maybe it's a bird cage. But it's a bit staticky around here. Hi. You look familiar. Woohoo! 32. Fantastic. And they're gone. Oh well. It was nice knowing you. I'm sorry for collecting you out of existence. This is nice though, isn't it? What's going on up here? The night sky, but underwater. Very peaceful. Very peaceful indeed. And that's about it, dreamers. We have reached the end of the road. Nowhere else to go here. We got the gimmick. We saw the thing. We travelled a hell of a lot. Put a lot of miles onto Urotsuki's dream motorbike. I think it's only fitting that we do this, right? Wow. Okay. Good. Well, that was actually slightly shorter than I was expecting it to be. So I'm kind of glad for that at least. We made it, Uro. We made it. Well done. Well done, Uro. Wallpapers? Ha! Wallpapers. Come on. You got 2 other things. That's enough, right? Kleptomaniac, whatever you are. Agrophobic. That's probably our Uro. Anyway, dreamers. Well, I'd have a lie down after that. You probably do as well. This has been episode 168 of Let's Play Yume 2kki. A bunker buster that was. I sincerely can speak properly. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed yourself, Dreamers. As I said, if you appreciate all of the effort putting this together, even if it was just, you know, showing off somebody else's content and running around in some linear areas. Linear. Perhaps not linear. Straightforward areas. You know. Be nice to know in the comments and stuff what you think about all of this. Thank you very much, Dreamers. Hopefully I will see you on the next one.